Hi, I'm Marcel, and welcome to me screaming into the void, mostly about books. I'm doing Criminal's Read What You Own, where my husband has picked out 100 of books that we had on our bookshelf, wrapped them in paper, so I don't know which ones they are, given them all a number, and then I pick them out one at a time using my little salsa jar here, and hopefully I'm going to read some books I already own. This time I have read A Scanner Darkly by Philip K. Dick. To quote my husband, he wanted to give me a challenge by giving me a really paranoid book, and he succeeded. This is about a sort of Bob Octor / Fred, which is the main character, and Bob Octor is a drug dealer and Fred is a police agent that plays Bob Octor to try to take down drug dealers selling substance D. So we are in a near future where almost 20% are doing drugs and everyone is being surveilled at all times. I have read very little Philip K. Dick, but I have read his most famous one, which is Do Robots Dream of Electric Sheep, which was the inspiration for Blade Runner. And when I first finished this, I asked myself if Philip K. Dick were one of these authors that just wrote the same book again and again and again, because I felt like A Scanner Darkly and Do Robots Dream of Electric Sheep were very much similar books, because they both were dealing with how can I trust what's going on around me. But thinking more and more about it, I think that actually is a very bad comparison, because while Do Robots Dream of Electric Sheep and A Scanner Darkly do focus on it, what I felt like Do Robots Dream of Electric Sheep is about is that the world has changed so much that I am struggling with understanding if the world out there is real or something that has been fabricated. So, for example, if you have read Do Robots Dream of Electric Sheep, it's such a mouthful. It's a very interesting sci-fi book, and it's about robots, and the robots that are so realistic that you are struggling with understanding is it real humans or are they robots? So the world has changed so much that I am struggling with understanding what is real and what is not. What A Scanner Darkly does is more about focusing so much on these hallucinations that are produced by this drug and the consequences of using this drug over time, which causes the right and the left hemisphere of your brain to not be able to communicate properly with one another, so that you are continually asking yourself, is what is happening to me actually happening to me? Or is it just a byproduct of this drug use? So while both books sort of deal with somewhat of the same thing, Do Robots Dream of Electric Sheep is very much outwardly focused, while A Scanner Darkly is very much inwardly focused. And that's what I mean with the comment I had at the beginning with my husband wanting to give me a paranoid book, because this is a paranoid book. And kind of sad in one sense, because Philip K. Dick wrote this book having lost his wife. His wife had left him because he was doing so much drugs. Probably, based on what's in this book, she probably left partly at least because of the drugs. And so he talks about how he was left in this huge house built for an entire family, and he just filled it up with all of these drug users. And that's also very much what happens in the book. And there are so many scenes in sort of between the drug users in this book where you feel like, oh, this is based on real life. This is based on conversations either Philip K. Dick had with other drug users, or that he observed other sort of drug users do. And he has this such a sad list of the people that he dedicates this book to, which are just people who are either dead or permanently psychosis or some kind of brain injury due to drug use. I have also seen the filmatization that they had with Keanu Reeves, where they did everything in rotoscope, which I think is such a brilliant, absolutely brilliant way of dealing with the uncertainty of what am I seeing? Is it real or isn't it real? Because the rotoscope creates an effect where you don't really know if you are seeing something that is real or if it's imaginary. So, for example, the first scene of the book is about a guy who has bugs all over his body and in his apartment. And of course, because of the rotoscope effect, and what the book is sort of leaning into is that you don't know if the bugs are actually there or if the bugs are just a part of his hallucination. I have to admit, I have been through a few sort of don't do drugs kids dilemmas of it. I just give people this book. This book will keep people off drugs, because drugs are not painted in a good light in this one, or the consequences of it. And the only question I have while reading this book is, why are all these people doing drugs? It doesn't look fun. It just looks like pain. So, I sort of, what are your thoughts on Philip K. Dick? Have you read Do Robots Dream of Electric Sheep? Have you read this one? If nothing else, can you just go and watch the film and just tell me that we did Keanu Reeves dirty, right? I mean, I know he's made a comeback, and that is wonderful. But he made a comeback because people thought that he couldn't act. That was the joke with Keanu Reeves. And having watched My Private Idaho and now A Scanner Darkly, he absolutely can act, right? Please just, if you're not interested in reading the book, just please tell me that we did this guy dirty by telling everyone that he couldn't act. Yeah. So I'm now going to pick the next book from my jar. I'm going to pick out something on the top, and hopefully it won't be a huge find for it. And I am going to read book number 19. Now, book number 19 is in my huge bag of books that you are not seeing on camera, and everything has been messed up. So I'm going to use a moment to just find the book. So bear with me and I'll be right back. I found it. It's sadly going to become a mess. I need to clean it. I just know I need to clean it. So, book 19. And this is Torbjörg Snedros, music from a blå brønn. I'm really blanking out about what brønn is. I know it. Well, it's well. Oh, the troubles of being bilingual. Music from the blue well. I apologize. I really apologize. I have no idea about this author. I know that she is Norwegian, I think. It's one of those names that's so old that you don't really know if it's male or female anymore. But this is the next book I'm going to read. I don't know what it's about, but that's the fun of reading these kinds of books. So that's the next book, and thank you for listening to me screaming into the void.